Hey everyone, Skull902 here for the first extra part of Donkey Kong Country 2. Today I'm going to be showing you the hidden lost world and the game's true ending. The game's manual states, "There are rumors of a lost world located deep beneath Crocodile Isle. It has been said that this is the source of the Kremlings, and that there is valuable treasure to be found there, including the elusive true ending of the game. Only the most clever explorers will find this place." Normally, the player has to collect all 75 Krem coins by finding and beating every bonus room in order to access the entire Lost World, but I have only 37 Krem coins, just less than half. How are we to get the rest? Watch and learn, my friends, because there's an alternate, very cryptic method to obtaining the loot, and here's how to do it. So, you can re-enter Pirate Panic at any point. I decided to do so after beating the game. But the first thing that you do is just go into the captain's quarters, and then leave immediately. Skip those 2 bananas, and then you're going to want to pick up Dixie Kong and release her from the Kong crate, or the barrel. Hit that Kremling with the crate, grab the bananas, make sure you jump over the 2 outside the captain's quarters. Now you can get the map and the life. And you're going to want to repeat that process over again, so jump over the bananas. You don't necessarily have to kill that Neek, but grab the crate, kill the Kremling there, jump over those 2 bananas when you are on your way back to the captain's quarters, and you will be rewarded with the exact amount of Krem coins that you need to access everything in the Lost World. Some people theorize that that was like a left-in debug tool, but it's never been confirmed as far as I'm aware. So, you know, that's interesting and whatnot. I think that that's a pretty cool way. Nice of them, too, if it was intentional, to give you an alternate means to getting the Krem coins and whatnot. So yeah, once you have all the Krem coins, or at least enough to enter one level, you go to Klubba's kiosk here, which is guarded by Klubba, an interesting character. He's gonna act all mean right now, and he gives you a couple options. I do have all the Krem coins I need, but hey, let's fight him. Why not? I mean, I got rid of Oh. Ooh. Okay, so, you know what? I think I'm just gonna pay him now. But, again, like, He's guarding the barrels here, the access point to the Lost World, and they're in worlds 2 through 6, all the levels, and for the most part, it's a consistent, you know, uphill sort of thing in terms of the difficulty of the levels. This here, Jungle Jinx isn't too terribly bad. I mean, it's in the second world after all, or you access it from the second world. So, like, it's not going to be too much of a pain in the ass as far as the difficulty is concerned, but it's going to get more amped up the later that we go on. The only time that I really find this not to be the case is the 4th level. Or at least if I'm remembering the 4th level correctly. You know, Clobber Carnage, I believe, is the 3rd level, and that one is, like, the 2nd most difficult. So that's, like, the only time where I don't think that the difficulty really matches up to the world that the level comes in. But that's aside from the point. Klubba as a character, I was about to get into my thoughts on him. I think he's kind of interesting. Because, like, he's a Kremling, right? He's on their side, but his dialogue indicates that he's pretty fucking sick of K. Rool, who you know, is like a bad boss and whatnot. So perhaps you know, maybe you know, that can be used as proof to discredit the Kongs are the villains theory. Who knows? But he's pretty sick of K. Rool. But he's not going to treat you terribly nicely. That is until you make friends with him, you know? He's a tough one to crack, but once you open up that shell of his, you know, he really opens up and becomes a good, loyal friend. Of course, by, you know, opening his shell and you know, getting him to open up and whatnot, I mean pay him. You pay him money and he starts acting nice toward you. Just like a couple of people that I know. But, no, I just think that it's an interesting bit of the lore. That, like, you know, there's at least one member in the Kremling ranks who's like, yeah, K. Rool, fuck that guy. He's also the brother of Cudgel, who, of course, looks very similar to him and whatnot. So, yeah, again, just an interesting character, a nice little bit of lore here, the guard, or the gatekeeper, or whatever the fuck you want to call him, the guy who runs the toll booth for the Lost World here. Now, before I want to get into anything else with the Lost World here, in terms of, like, just, you know, topics of discussion and commentary and everything along those lines, my commentary in and of itself is something that I would like to talk about, because I do kind of want to apologize if any of you who've been watching the whole LP thus far have been kind of disappointed with the quality of the commentary. This might just be me being self-conscious, but I don't know, like, I've been kind of nervous about this, and it might just be because it had been so long since I had last done commentary. Like, before this, the last time that I did any commentary was back in July for SADX. You know, so I had to get myself in the mood of getting reused to talking over the games and everything, and you know, like, maybe I am just too nervous about my performance and whatnot. But I don't know. Sometimes it might not lead to the best in commentary, but I just wanted to apologize if any of you thought that I was, you know, worse than usual, which is already saying something, am I right? But, you know, whatever. Here we are in Black Ice Battle, as it were. And I just got into the bonus room, so the bonus rooms are interesting here in the Lost World, because, like, instead of Krem coins, because, you know, the whole point of the Krem coins was to get to the Lost World, we're looking for DK coins. This is the only place where you can find the DK coins, is in the bonus rooms of the Lost World. So I think that was an interesting touch as well. And, you know, it's for you completionists out there. If you want to get 102%, you got to get those DK coins, man. You got to be a tried and true video game hero and impress Cranky and all that. So yeah, Black Ice Battle, it can be annoying, but I generally, like, don't find it too bad. It's fine for what it is and everything. It's certainly not gonna be like the next one of these. I tell you fucking what. I guess we're about to find out which one it is, actually, because I was confused about that earlier, if you'll remember. Clobber Carnage. Okay, so I was right. Clobber Carnage is the third one. Fuck this fucking level. I mentioned it earlier in the last part, that clobbers are my least favorite kind of enemy, and they as the name of this level suggests, they litter it with clobbers. They start you off with the green ones, and then they start doing more of the different ones as we get more into the level. And you know, they home in on you, and it's just not fun. In addition, there are the timed barrels, and some of the timing on this can be fucking evil. There's no real better way to describe it. You know, like, look at that motherfucker. I just couldn't jump over him. I lost Dixie. But, like, what we'll be seeing later on, with some of the things that they expect you to do with the time barrels, that, like, it's just fucking crazy. You know, they're getting you used to using them at this point of like the proceedings, but it's gonna get interesting a little later on. But like in the meantime, you know, before I you know, get into how evil the timing can be and whatnot, I'm probably gonna be interrupting myself on multiple occasions telling this story anyway, but you know, there are some things I'd like to mention about like my first playthrough of this game, because I think that might do me some good as far as finding things to talk about in this commentary and everything along those lines and whatnot, as I'm prone to say, and whatnot. But like in the early goings of 2018, I was doing something of a challenge based on a series that Josh and I both love called Game Center CX, where I was gonna like play a bunch of Super Nintendo games that I either hadn't already beaten or would be like doing challenges for myself for the ones that like I did beat and knew. So like, just for example, one of the tasks was beating DKC2, which I had never done, right? And then like, say for Super Mario World, I had to beat it under a time limit, was the thing. So, you know, that was the basic gist of the challenge. Fuck you, Clobber Carnage. I hate you. Just very difficult level. You saw there, like, how strict that timing is. Like, you know, I edit these down. I edit the deaths out and everything. So, you know, it might look easy just from watching the footage, but I assure you, getting that timing can be a total pain. So, yeah, but like DKC2 for the Super Nintendo challenge, Game Center BX, as Josh called it. You know, like, at the beginning of the game is when I did the code, I guess, the secret Easter egg thing to get the 75 Krem coins, which I remember blew Josh away. So that was pretty fun to like show the guys that they had never known that before. And everything. Before I go on here, Fiery Furnace. There's a new type of barrel, and that would be the D-pad barrel, which I'm forgetting its like proper actual name. But you know, there are normal variants of it. You don't see them too terribly often. You only see these kinds of barrels in this level specifically. But like, as far as these barrels go, you have like a D-pad on it, and you get to control it in any direction that you want, which is fucking cool. You know, I wish that they had been like around more often, to be perfectly honest, because it's a very helpful thing. But most of the ones that you run into are timed, so you got to be really careful in order to, you know, be able to beat the level and all that. So timing is key in this bitch. So just watch out. Just watch out. But you know, aside from the new barrels, this whole Game Center BX thing, I have the notes that Josh wrote down for like the playthroughs and everything. I'm on the DKC2 section here, and I already mentioned the fucking Easter egg to get all the Krem coins. And it's like something I forgot to mention in the last part was, you know, if it seemed like I was smart and just knew everything in Swanky's bonus Bonanza, I assure you I'm fucking stupid. Which this bonus room, coincidentally, is going to be showing off. I slipped on the control pad there and unfortunately ran into some brambles. So, damn, man. I was so close to beating Link too in the video game heroes thing. I'm gonna finish with 19. I'm gonna tie the hero of time. So you know what? That's a good pick me up. Oh, you know what? It was the zinger actually that got me, not brambles. Ah well. I'm on par with Link. But Fiery Furnace, like it can be tricky at times, and you know, the D-pad barrels. You know, it can be kind of a test in terms of getting the right timing down and everything, but I find it pretty manageable and pretty fun. But next up, though, oh man, it's gonna be like a test of all your skills. The fifth and final level in the Lost World, Animal Antics, where the gimmick is you go into a transformation barrel and you have to do 5 sections. You start off with Rambi, then you go to On Guard, then Squitter, Squawks, and then finally Ratley. And just for the Rambi part here, it's really not too bad. Just do your supercharge at the very beginning of the level, and you're all set. You can do something similar at the beginning of On Guard section here with Rambi. You know, before you get to the On Guard transformation barrel, but you know, I just decided to play it a little safer here and go like that. You gotta do some jumps in combination with the supercharge, so it's a little trickier to do, but you don't last as Rambi for long. Just enough time to face that cannon. And now we're on to On Guard section of Animal Antics here. Rambi and On Guard are like the only ones that aren't too bad. Squitter's kind of like medium level, where like if you really don't know, then it might be trouble. But like there's a way to make it manageable. You just gotta be super careful with like where you're going and how you're using your web. And as far as Squawks is concerned, I'll get to Squawks. Don't you worry. But again, with Game Center BX here, because I was talking about that and just kind of suddenly stopped to talk about the levels. Swanky's bonus Bonanza, that's right. I mentioned that. Like if it seemed like I knew everything there. I really didn't. I'm a dumbass. I just, you know, had those complete in order to get the lives, but when I was doing the challenge, I had Josh read off the answers to me, and for the LP here, I had the page open and I was like using the mouse and the controller somewhat simultaneously so that I could get the answers and try to answer them in like as quick of a succession as I could. Because, you know, at the same time, I don't want to make it boring for you guys. Right? So if I had just kept constantly losing and having to go back and, you know, spend all those banana coins and whatnot, it would have been counterproductive. I did make sure to get enough to, like, get a couple wrong answers if I happened to, like, press the wrong button. And the example for, the rare wiki lying about the flapper answer, at least as far as like the Super Nintendo version is concerned. Again, I don't know if that's the case on the GBA version, but I guess I'll just have to see when it comes time to record the second extra video. But yeah, you know, I just did it for the sake of like making the video easier to edit and everything. So yeah. I also did a cheat code to start my save file off with 50 lives. Which again, like, since it's to start your save file off, it only works one time. I will show that in the second extra video. But here we are, folks. Just before I get on to any more of these memories here, this is Squawks' section. This is where, like, your skills are put to the absolute test. This is the hardest section in any of the Donkey Kong Country games on the Super Nintendo. Bar fucking none. You know, if there's someone who thinks that there's a section in any of the games that is harder than this, they're entitled to their opinion, but they're also fucking wrong. You have to control Squawks here with you know, a big bramble patch, and that's already something, right? But then you have wind mechanics, and not only is it wind mechanics, but it's alternating wind mechanics. So it starts blowing in one direction, then it starts blowing in another direction, and this place is littered with zingers. Not just yellow zingers, of course, but red zingers as well. So you really, really have to be looking out. I was lucky to make it out with both Kongs. And then Ratley section surprisingly isn't too bad. You just have to do a couple of super jumps and you're like golden. It's kind of insulting after the Squawks section, to be perfectly honest. So, like, that's a bitch and a half, and if there's something about GCBX that I can mention, it's that that's the first thing that I had to do off-screen. Because I had been doing Animal Antics for so fucking long that, like, I was getting so frustrated and shit that it just wasn't worth it for me to, like, continue going on in the call. So I had to beat the level off-screen. And then when it came to doing Crocodile Core, Josh thought that it was going to be like the same deal where I just couldn't beat the boss and would be frustrated. But here's the thing about Crocodile Core. K. Rool here, for whatever reason, is easier, like much easier here than he is in like the main game's last boss fight. Which, like, Rare, what the fuck? No, like, seriously though, because you would think, right, that they would want to put the harder boss fight in you know, the secret lost world that's supposed to be like the epitome of difficulty in this game, right? But that's not the case, at least in my opinion. Some people believe that this boss fight is the harder of the two of them, but it's just pattern recognition. You know, I got hit as Diddy there, but it really isn't too bad, especially if you have Dixie out, which is why I tend to save her for last. In this, I prefer to have Diddy out in front. But you just make it through this gauntlet here. It only requires one throw of the cannonball into the blunderbuss, and there he goes, right into the core, which, like I said before, is like the power source of Crocodile Isle. So, I don't know, maybe the Kongs actually really are the villains. I keep going back and forth on this. I'm trying to give credence to, you know, the official game canon and this theory here. But as we're gonna see a little later, Crocodile Isle is gonna fucking sink. What with the power source being cut off by K. Rool there. It's also nice that Cranky, even though the island is going down, had enough time to check in on your game hero status. But again, look at that, 19. I tied with Link. So, you know, anyone who wants to doubt my ability, I am on fucking par with goddamn Link, alright? Get on my level. Nah, you're better than me. I didn't do the proper, like, find all the Krem coins way. I did, like, a roundabout sort of way into getting into the Lost World. It's a nice little thing, though. Again, like, it's nice for them to have a way that's cryptic and whatnot, so you like have to follow a pattern and everything. But that's the Lost World. It's just gonna stay on this screen until you press the start button. This is like a beautiful, like, fucking Windows 95 screensaver, though. If I have to say anything about it, like, I really like this screen of them looking on into the open water with the sunset and everything. Pretty fucking cool. But that's the Lost World, and I have to say, like, as far as the difficulty goes, like, you know, they hype it up for a good reason. Like, Jungle Jinx and the second level Black Ice Battle aren't too bad. Clobber Carnage can go fuck itself. Fiery Furnace isn't as hard as Clobber Carnage, but you know, it's sort of like the medium point. Like, it's kind of like the world progression in a way. Like, the third highest is like the point where you kind of realize, you know, that this isn't like play around time anymore or anything. I just kind of wish that they had put it third, so that we could have like a better scale of difficulty. And then Animal Antics is evil with the squawk section. It took me practice, and like I only had to do the squawk section like twice. I only died in it one time, but every death in that section is painful because it's so fucking difficult to do. And then it just kind of insults you at the end with the easiest piss boss fight. So yeah, that's my basic summary of the Lost World. You know, if there's anything else about like my original playthrough of DKC2 that I would quickly like to mention, based on these notes here, it's that we did some fun things. Like, Rabbit and Josh, there's a reason why I stream so frequently with them, or at least, you know, I bring them on streams as often as I, you know, try to do streams and whatnot. You get what I'm trying to say, hopefully. You know, I love my friends, and I think that hanging out with them is a good time. We did things like, this note here says, rocking out to lawyer-friendly licensed covers of music, courtesy of Donkey Konga. You know, stuff like that. Like, one part that I struggled on was King Zing Sting. That took me a while. I nearly had to do that one off screen. But, like, Rabbit and Josh, instead of getting, like, frustrated with how long it was taking me, they instead decided to meme by, like, playing, like, Honey Nut Cheerios commercials over the sound share, or reading the script of the B-movie. And then we had like another jam out session during Worlds 6 and 7 by listening to Ninja Sex Party. There were two bosses, Creepy Crow and K. Rool at the end of like the normal levels and whatnot, where like I would beat the boss and then die immediately after. So like Creepy Crow, his explosion when he dies has a hitbox, and if you run into it, you're dead if you have one Kong, which is bullshit. I think that they should either lock your controls at that point or just, you know, like that explosion should not have a hitbox, in my opinion. And then K. Rool, like he gets you with that final shot with his gun, like before the boss fight is truly over. And, you know, Josh memeing again, I believe it was Josh anyway, when Donkey Kong jumps down and uppercuts him, Josh did his damnedest to like sync that action up, like the uppercut with that little bit from Rick and Morty, like just shake that ass, bitch, and let me see what you got. So you know, I just wanted to bring these notes out here and you know, just reminisce about the good times with the guys, because I think that hanging out with them was real fun, and having their accompaniment as I beat the game for the first time was pretty fucking cool. So yeah, that'll be it for extra part number 1. I don't know when extra part number 2 is coming out, though I do say, you know, it's pretty appropriate, just like in the last game where we got the hit on K. Rool to finish him off with Diddy Kong. We got the hit on K. Rool in this game to finish him off with Dixie Kong. And I don't know when the DKC2 scripted extra video, extra number 2 is coming out, but I do know at some point next year I will be playing DKC3 starring Dixie Kong. So I look forward to seeing you there, whether I do the second extra video or DKC3 first. And I hope that you join me there, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video and the previous videos in this LP. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have been Skull902. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day.